All right, welcome back, everybody. As promised, a prospective CFL joins us now. He joins us from the campus of the University of Saskatchewan, where he plays defensive back for the Huskies. He's a product of Regina and Campbell Collegiate. His name, Josh Hagerty. Josh, welcome to the program, first and foremost. Looks like you're keeping safe up there. I don't see any wild parties in the background. Are you sure you're at a university? Oh, right, COVID.
Yeah.
The big news with you, you've opted to, along with some other Regina guys, to stay in the CFL draft for 2021, even though you had the option to defer to the following year. I guess maybe explain why you made that call.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity. And my decision really came down to looking at my skill sets now and also considering the other prospects that had opted in and out of the draft. And just took a look at that, looked at the rest of the DBs in the country and other top level athletes, see what they were kind of doing, if they're staying in, staying out. And that had a lot of influence on my decision. Once I found out a lot of guys were deferring till next year, that opened the door for me to maybe jump up a few rounds in this year's draft. So after talking to my agent, I felt that it was in my best interest to stay in this year's draft.
Josh, do you think changing position, you're going from safety to halfback, that's going to help your odds of making a roster in 21?
Yeah, so my switch from safety to halfback was just for this past fall camp here during our low COVID break. And that was just where the team needed me for the time being. And I was happy to take on the role. I saw it as a new challenge to tackle. And I felt that it helped my overall speed and man coverage ability. So I think those aspects I'll be able to translate well when I come to the combine and future camps, just improving my speed and man coverage ability. But going forward, the plan is for me to still play safety next season, and that's my main position, and that's what I feel like gives me the best opportunity to go forward playing at the next level.
Last year, and you mentioned the CFL plans to have a combine, so let's certainly hope that goes ahead. But last year, the Huskies had, for lack of a better word, a pro day with some of their draft-eligible guys. Is that something you guys are looking at for this season?
Yeah, so the hopes that there's still a combine, but worst case, if we can't have that, I assume that we'll be doing another pro day with Joel Lipinski out at Ignite. He did a really good job last year with all those guys. Unfortunately, they weren't able to go to their respective combines, so that was unfortunate. He did a really good job preparing them well for that pro day, and all of them had really good testing numbers. So worst case, that can happen, but definitely still hoping for the national combine to go on.
Josh, Canadian defensive backs can find their way onto a CFL roster by being guys that contribute on special teams and go up from there. I'm guessing if that's what it takes for you to crack a CFL roster, that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, for sure. That's something I'm more than willing to do. I feel like special teams, I had a great contribution to it. I think it was like 2 seasons now ago, I led our team special teams tackles. And I don't know, I just look at it as another competition from the guy across from me, and I embrace that. And I definitely would love to go out there and play special teams at the next level if that's the opportunity I got, for sure.
If that team was the Riders, how big of a deal would it be for you, or does it really matter?
At the end of the day, I'll just be happy with any opportunity to get to a camp. But yeah, I've been a Riders fan since I can remember, going to the games with my family for years and years and years. So that'd be definitely a dream come true, and definitely a hometown fan. But like I said, I'd be happy with anywhere.
Okay, let's pretend we're a couple of CFL general managers. God help whatever team would hire us. But anyway, it's the pre-draft process. We're sitting down with Josh Hagerty. Why should we spend a draft pick on you? What can you bring to make our team better?
Yeah, I think just the style of safety I play very aggressive but disciplined. I'm always in the right spot that I need to be in. Another thing I bring is my vocal leadership on the field. I always get everyone lined up where they need to be, all the adjustments sorted out. And yeah, real vocal leader back there. I pursue hard to the ball every single play. Even though I may not make every single tackle, I'm always at the ball. And you can really see that on the end zone tape when I feel like I play sideline to sideline, and that pursuit is something that I bring big time.
We didn't mention bringing the general manager snacks, but we'll overlook that for just now.
Yeah.
2020, I think everyone agrees that certainly has watched any CanWest football. 2020 was going to be a big year for the Huskies. You guys had a pretty veteran-laden lineup led by Mason Nias at quarterback, another Regina guy, obviously. how disappointing is that to not be able to get together with your guys, even though a lot of you have an extra year of eligibility now, but to sort of see that team reach its potential, that must be pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it's certainly disappointing not to be able to have the season. I feel like we came off the end of last season with a bit of a vengeance and a motive to do good because we knew we could play at that high level that we knew we could. And seeing Calgary get to the end and win it all, really, I think just pushed us to know that we can be there. We're just as good as them, if not better. So it was really disappointing not to get that season, but I feel like going forward, we have pretty much still the same amount of guys that we had last season. So I feel like we're shaped up to have a good season this year, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
Josh, your coach is no stranger to people in this province. Scott Flory had a great career at the U of S before he went to the CFL, and of course, he's a Regina guy. Can you just tell us about what type of coach he is?
Yeah, Coach Flory is a great coach. He's a very good players coach. He listens to his players a lot and gets their feedback, and he pushes us too because he knows how great we can be, and that's going to take greatness every single day in practice, meetings, everything. And so by him pushing us to do all those little things correct and to just stay focused, stay disciplined, and do it for each other, we can reach great things. And he does a great balance of that every day in practice and in preparation for the game. So, yeah.
He's been named the CFL's top lineman. He's won Grey Cups. Really, I'm guessing the knowledge that you can absorb from him is second to none when it comes to wanting to get to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. He's a great guy to look at for that. He's one of the most highly recognized guys in CFL history, and like the level of accomplishments he has is unprecedented. So he's definitely a big guy to look up to. He's been there. He's done that. He's won Grey Cups. He's got MVPs. Been the head of the Players Association. So he's seen it and done it all, and he's a great guy to get advice off of. And he knows what it takes to get there and the level of hard work that it takes. So that's something that he shows the rest of us.
Is Regina's Paul Waldo still helping with the defensive backs up there?
Yeah, he is. He's still working as a assistant DB coach with us. Paul's a great coach. Love him. He's a great leader, great motivator for us. Even though he can't always be here with his personal life in Regina, he's always there for games, giving us tips when we come off the sideline, remembering every single play and what everyone did right or wrong, and being able to go in and correct that in like a couple minutes before we're out for the next series is just unmatched. You can't ask for much more than that.
I've never found it. Maybe you have on the Huskies sideline. Does Waldo have an off switch? Because he is just like, from the minute he wakes up, he's high energy all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's just who Paul is, and it's awesome. Wouldn't have it any other way. That energy motivates us to keep going through the game. I love you need it.
And again, Mitch mentioned about Scott Flory's journey and the example he sets for you guys. Waldo's another one. He came out of high school. Nobody really expected anything. He played for the Thunder, then he moved up to the U of S, and he had a very successful pro career. So is he a guy you can sort of pick his brain a little bit in terms of getting into the pro process?
Yeah, I feel like I have a great relationship with Paul. We chat often. I got his advice on the tough decision I had to make about whether sticking in the draft or deferring. And we still talk regularly about getting his advice. I've known him for a long time, and he's a guy I really look up to, and his advice always pays off for me. And he always has my best interest in mind, and I really do trust him.
Good stuff. Well, pleasure talking to you. I hadn't had the opportunity before, so this is great. And hopefully we hear your name come CFL Draft Day, and then things get interesting. So good luck between now and then.
Thank you. Appreciate it.